Put your hands on the car.
What happened, bro?
In the car. You got your license on you, bud?
No.
All right. Go ahead, put your hands behind your back. You're going to be detained. Hold on!
Aye.
Taser. Stop!
Complacency is the quickest way to get yourself hurt or killed as a police officer. This is a Shots Fired podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Kyle Schoberg, and to my right, we have Mark Redlich.
This body-worn camera comes out of Connecticut. December 30th of 2023, a Connecticut State Trooper attempts to stop a robbery suspect, leads to a foot pursuit, tasing, and then ultimately lethal force. So Kyle, let's watch this video and break it down.
Hey. Come here. No, don't hold on. Come here. Put your hands on the car.
What happened, bro?
In the car. You got your license on you, bud?
No.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. Let's talk about the initial contact of the officer with the suspect. So the officer knew that this car was involved in a robbery in a different state nearby. He finds the car at the gas station. The officer, you could tell, has no plan and just immediately gets out of his car to contact the suspect. We don't advise doing that. Another option that officer could have done was he got eyes on that car, confirmed the license plate. He could have kind of hung out in the area, called for additional resources if some are hopefully available to him, waited for more units to arrive before ultimately contacting the suspect. But in this video, you can see he just immediately gets out of his car, no plan, and he goes to attempt to contact the driver.
All right. Go ahead, put your hands behind your back. You're going to be detained.
So the trooper walks up and goes to make contact with the suspect, but doesn't initially grab him. Here's the thing. If you're going to make contact with the robbery suspect and you're going to detain him, you've got to grab them right away. You can't give them the opportunity to think about what they can do and an escape plan. Get on that person, grab them, and detain them immediately. And what you don't see, or you may have seen in this video, is there's a passenger sitting in this front seat. So now it's 2-on-1. And in this case, the suspect has the opportunity to think and decides to flee. So let's watch the rest of it and watch the foot pursuit.
Hold on!
Aye.
Taser. Stop! Trooper running. Get on the ground, dude!
Okay, so something that cops need to be very cautious about is being able to read people's body language. You could tell like this guy had his body language was off. He's kind of looking around like he's looking for an escape plan. So now the trooper is in foot pursuit with this guy. He transitions to his taser, and as he rounds the corner of this drive-through, he actually tases him with it. It looks to me like it's 50% effective, and the guy ultimately rolls out of the taser probes, gets up, and continues to run. One thing to note is cops rely way too much on their taser. And if you're going to solely rely on the taser to save you, I would honestly say that I think tasers probably fail more than they actually work. So ask yourself, what is your physical capabilities after you are going to go hands-on with somebody and the taser doesn't work? What tools and options do you have? And what is your physical capabilities to be in a physical altercation with somebody? The guy gets up and runs. And fortunately for him, this truck probably hits him on purpose to try to help the trooper out and slow this guy down. That's where this confrontation turns lethal.
Get on the ground, dude! Get on the ground! No! Shots fired! Shots fired!
So up to this point, there's been very minimal radio traffic whatsoever. So the other officers that are responding to this probably have no idea that he's even in foot pursuit, even tased this suspect, or where he's at. It looks very obvious to me that this officer is very uncomfortable going hands-on with the suspect. He didn't go hands-on with him initially when he contacted him at the car. He did not go hands-on with him the second time or the first time when he tased him. And now leads up to this point, he's still somewhat relying on his taser, and he's not going quite hands-on yet. But he notices the body language in the suspect going for something at his ankle, and he does a really good job recognizing that and transitioning from the taser to a handgun.
Yeah, I think he saw the revolver come out of his pants, and you're right, he does a good job of transitioning. He fires one round into the suspect, and I think just based on my training experience, anytime you have an officer that shoots one round in a lethal encounter is somebody that's uncomfortable and they're not trained and they're not prepared for a lethal encounter. You're never trained to just shoot one round at somebody who's armed with a gun. So I think it took him by surprise. He panicked. He fired one round. Fortunately for him, it struck the suspect and actually knocks the suspect drops the gun. However, he is within 6 inches of that firearm of grabbing it again. And the officer actually never even kicks that gun away. You got to remove that firearm away from that suspect because he easily could have grabbed that thing and used it against him. So I think it totally caught the officer off guard. He wasn't prepared for that type of encounter. And it all circles back to that's why it's important to have proper training.
This video was really fast, and it's important just to point out those things that we've just talked about because it just shows how fast something can change from an initial officer expecting the contact with the suspect to go as planned, and it immediately goes to a foot pursuit, to tasing, to lethal force. So a lot to talk about in this really short video.
Yeah, we are always advocating, wait for your partners. If you can wait for backup, do that. If you can just keep eyes on somebody and you haven't completely burned yourself, we advocate doing that and give yourself the best opportunity to win these encounters. Remember, complacency is probably the number one thing that is going to get an officer hurt or killed. Don't be that officer. Make sure you guys are training. Tune in for the next video. We will catch you guys on the next one.
See ya.